Believe it or not, it's normal to lose half of the fawn population over the winter. That's the average. But by radio collaring these young deer and tracking their mortality, biologists can use the information to adjust hunting seasons each year, according to fawn survival, whether it's 20% or 80%.
I hope this becomes an annual thing, because really, at least for the short term, to know how the deer herd is going to be next fall, we really need to look at this fawn mortality over winter. That can be tremendously variable.
The capture operation near Chalice is just one of several going on all over southern Idaho, from the mountains east of Pocatello to the rolling hill country of Brownlee Reservoir in the west. Each region is marking a certain number of fawns, providing fish and game biologists with improved information to help better manage mule deer populations throughout the state. It's a huge undertaking, and nearly 300 sportsmen have been involved in the effort statewide, volunteering their time for wildlife.
We got a small tag fee increase last winter to do more deer and elk monitoring. Some of it we're using for additional aerial surveys on deer and elk, and some of it's going into this fawn mortality project all across southern Idaho.
The sun is already threatening to dip behind the mountains as the capture crew begins the arduous task of setting up the long fence for the second time. The new site, several miles south of Chalice, sits on an east-facing slope, so it will soon be hidden in shadow. But bright sunshine still highlights the helicopter in the distance as it searches for unsuspecting deer to drive into the trap.
Okay, we got 9 heads working your way.
Okay, you guys copy down at that end. Get in position.
It's a whole different ball game this time. The sound of the rapidly approaching helicopter sends the crew dashing for cover of sagebrush. In moments, the first deer hits the net. It's an adult female. But that's just the beginning. Further down, 2 fawns have also become entangled in the trap and are being processed by another part of the capture crew. And the chase is on.
Yeah.
Okay, we are 400 yards inbound with 1 doe, 2 fawns.
78.
All right, down, down.
A fawn hits the net and 4 crew members spring from the brush to tackle the animal. And just seconds later, another deer runs toward the trap.
Okay, stay down. It'll hit it. Okay. She'll hit her.
But with an agility and grace that's a wonder to watch, she sails above the fence and springs away, mocking the efforts of humans to hold her. In the meantime, crews are working on fawns that didn't manage to escape. The first step is to slip a blindfold on the deer. In theory, this is to help calm the animal, although it doesn't seem to be working with this young doe.
I'm putting a collar on this one, and because she's going to wear it for about a year, we're going to have to give her a little slack so she's got room to grow.
What's your time frame? Should we shut down for a minute or let her roll?
I think we're probably going to be all right. We're not going to be over about 5, I don't think. How's that for an optimist?
Each deer also gets a set of ear tags, identifying the animal with a number. And throughout the winter, the deer will be tracked with radio receivers by the Chalice High School biology class with assistance from Fish and Game.
Okay, I think the top end is ready with the nets. We're just working this fawn, but we can continue that. So go ahead and bring some more in.
You're out of here, dude.
More deer, more deer. For a few months, all we need to know is whether they're alive or not. We get a mortality signal. Then we're going to have to go in on the deer and find out what's wrong. Was it poor condition? Was it, accidental death? Was it predator kill? We'll try and determine those. And to do that, you've got to detect the mortality as soon as you can, and then go look at the animal.
As the helicopter searches for more deer, the last of the captured fawns is released.
Okay, watch it. Okay. No.
Come on. That'd be smart.
No.
Okay. Let's the rest of us get ourselves down in the center of things. He's inbound with a whole bunch, he says.
Deer begin hitting the net all over the trap site. Each time an animal gets caught, several biologists and volunteers spring into action, dashing to the trapped deer before it entangles itself further.
Yeah! Yeah. Bring on Barry Sanders.
The mood has definitely lightened now that the trapping operation looks to be successful. But the purpose behind the capture is serious. Along with the management information that will be gathered on fawn mortality, a corresponding long-term study has been implemented researching the impact of predators on deer populations.
Easy, girl.
The day is fading. A setting sun has washed the sky in a pink glow. But as long as there's light to fly and critters to capture, the crew will go on. Wildlife biologist Mike Scott informs us that as of early February, 6 of the original 45 fawns captured near Chalice are dead. 1 was a lion kill, another was taken by wolves, and 3 were probably coyote kills. The 6th deer was found soon after it was collared and may have died from the stress of the capture. So far, the total adds up to about 13% of the captured fawns, but then there's still a lot of winter to come.